Good morning once again, and welcome to What's Going On. Well, my name is Dolores Vidal, and my co-host here, Jeanette Cranshaw, and I have two wonderful guests and a topic that I think will be of interest to many of us. I know it has been for us. We have two guests. One is Bobby Nason, who is the Business Development Manager at More Than Words Bookstore Cafe in Waltham. And Teddy Aimable, who is an associate at the More Than Words Bookstore Cafe. I think we've learned and want to share with you about this organization, what it does, who it attracts, what's the purpose, and welcome. I think you'll be as excited as we have been to hear them so far. Bobby.
Yes, Dolores. Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity to come in today and explain more about our program.
Tell us, it got started in 2004 and has evolved, right?
It got started in 2004. Our executive director started it with 4 youth who were in state custody at the time. And it's grown over the past 8 years from just a sort of selling books online out of a corner office in Watertown to an actual bookstore on Moody Street in Waltham, to adding a cafe in 2008, a Starbucks cafe that serves coffee, tea, and all types of goodies, to where we're at today, which is still the bookstore and cafe on Moody Street in Waltham, but also a second site in the South End on East Berkeley Street, which means we get to serve more youth, which is great for the program. It's great for the youth of Boston, who are the ones who predominantly work at the site downtown, and then also continuing to serve youth in the Waltham, Belmont, Cambridge area at the store in Waltham.
So you're a nonprofit organization.
We are a nonprofit. We're a registered 501c3.
Mm-hmm. Bobby, you've been with the program just over a year, is it?
More Than Words. I've been with More Than Words for 6 years. Yeah.
6 years.
And I was
6 months. 6 months. Yeah.
Sorry,
That's not yet
6 months. I've been with More Than Words with 6 months. And
Well, to accomplish all you have would have taken me 6 years, not the 6 months. One question I had for you among a zillion, but I was just wondering what your impression of the program is, and the other people that are in the program working on it. Do you think that it's working for them? Do you get along together? Or
for me, as I see it, I see More Than Words is like a family. Like we all try our best to support each other, and then do our job in whether it's employment or education, and we even work on our self-efficacy. So when we work on transition, we basically work on our youth job. So we work on our school-wise stuff, and more like GSM modules and stuff, just so we can know what exactly that we're working on, and then we work at the store just to just learn some new skills and stuff like customer service, work on the online business and stuff like that, and we all get along and everything.
Wow. And so it's you do get to know some of the other people, and as you say, mutually encourage each other, or
Yes,
feel like buddies.
Actually, on every Wednesday we have a staff meeting, and that's when we all get along. Cause when we work on the weekend, not everybody work together. So when Wednesday come, we work on staff meeting, and everybody get along together, and we give feedback, and tell them what good things that they did, and encourage them and stuff.
Yeah, at the Waltham store, we're open Tuesday through Sunday, and there are 2 shifts per day. So youth are working the morning shift, morning into the afternoon, and then there's a second shift that comes in that works the afternoon to the evening. So the youth are always, working with each other, although it depends, since we have about 23, 24 who are currently employed at the Waltham site, they don't always get to work together just because on a shift it's generally 4 to 6 youth. That's 6 is sort of the max capacity that we can have working at any one time. So to try to sort of foster more of that team relationship and just friendship among everyone there's staff meeting on Wednesday where each youth who has been moving on business or educational goals gets to talk about that, whether they signed up for to take the GED or passed their GED or got into college or something for the kids who are still in high school, something positive that's happened over the past. So that's how everyone comes together each Wednesday. So there's the constant seeing and discussing things on shift, but that's sort of the one day a week where we all get together, and that's I think with the family aspect that Ted is talking about right there.
How are you recruited into the program? How do you find out about it? How do you?
Well, after I moved to Waltham, I was looking for a job, but the job that I was looking for is like I wanted a job that, while I'm in college, work in my college stuff, and at the same time work to like support myself. And then I found out about Modern Woods from my friend and then and my caseworker. So when I came, I applied and stuff, and then after 2 days, they called me, and I came for the meeting, and then I talked to them, and they were telling me everything, and I was just like thinking like, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Like Modern Woods helped me with employment, education, and self-efficacy, which is like exactly what I really need. And then that's when I just start working on Modern Woods.
And it's a process where each youth who applies has to go. It's an interview process, so it's not just a youth can't show up and just pass an application and start a week later. They have to go just because we try to model it like any other job that someone would have, whether
sense.
a youth or an adult. You have to go through an interview process. So I believe. Did you have to come in a couple times, Ted?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the whole process of, you have to go through it. You have to go through some, minor hurdles to. You don't just automatically get the position. And there are, youth who are on a waiting list who may not get in for one training round, who may have to come back for the next training round. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done to get accepted into the program to get the job initially.
Yeah.
You mentioned about going to college or planning to go, or?
Yeah, I'm actually going to college right now. But for now, for this week right now, I'm not going because I think I should work more on my looking for a good college to go to, because I'm in a community college. So now, which is a good thing because Modern Woods is helping me to figure that out, to see the right college that I'm going to that can help me with my major, because I'm majoring on computer engineering and psychology.
Excuse me, in what?
Computer engineering and psychology.
Oh, no wonder I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. And so are you sort of narrowing it down a bit as to where
Yes.
you think you want to apply?
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes on, on the transition side of the program, which it's not just a business job. A lot of times people think it's just youth work at the store for a year, and it's just a business, running a bookstore and cafe. But what Ted and the other youth do is they go once a week to our transitions program, where they work with our transitions managers on that stuff right there, the education stuff, where it's a 4-hour. When do you have it on? Thursday? Tuesday, yeah. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So half the youth will go on Tuesday, half the youth will go on Thursday. It's a 4-hour period, and they're working on that part of the job right there. And that part of the job is, it's non-negotiable. So they have to be moving on that stuff. It's not, you can't just work at the store and then after 12 months say, okay, I worked and I'm out now. You have to be working on both sides of the job. So Ted's going to be moving on that stuff as well.
In the transition discussions and personnel that lead it or whatever, do they size up what different people's interests are and abilities and recommend places? Do they ever contact a place to see help set up an interview with at a college or a business or?
Like each of us, like we have our own time to check in with the transition manager, like to tell them what we're really looking for and what we really need. So like for example, me, when I check in with my transition manager, like I'll tell her that, for example, I want to go to UMass Lowell. I'll tell her I want to go to UMass Lowell. I need to get this done at my college and this and that, and she'll help me get there. And that's exactly that's what the transition do.
The process is youth-led, too. It's not a transitions manager saying, you're going to do this, this, and this. There are modules in place, like education models or financial literacy modules, but it's youth-led where the transitions managers are, guiding the process.
Yeah.
But Ted is the one ultimately who says, "This is what I want to do," and then he works with the transitions manager to, map out a road plan and then get to the place that he wants to be, 3 months from now, 6 months from now.
So basically, it's a lot of young adults that are leading, planning,
Yeah.
and
We
in the
pride
program.
ourselves on being. We always say about More Than Words that it's a youth-run business.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
it's not just managed from the adults there. It's youth-run at the store, and then it's youth-run over at Transitions as well too.
Yeah.
I find that very exciting.
Yeah, we think the
really.
empowerment portion is really really important. In that if
Well, the
like
more-
anything,
the
it's
more
not
you
just with
invest
youth
in it.
either. Yeah, it's,
Exactly.
if you tell someone you're going to do it this way, and this way, then there's less interest in trying to be creative, figure out a way on your own. If it's all being dictated to you from up above.
How did you hear about it?
More Than Words. When I moved to Waltham, I didn't really have a job, so I was just going to school and stuff. But when you're living and stuff, you always want something for yourself, like things that you desire. And there were part of me that wanted that. So I decided to just take a walk in Waltham in downtown just to look around to see if there's a job that I really like and stuff. So when I was walking around and I applied for like 5 jobs and I was just keep on going, I said, I need a job. I need a job because I really need to move on with my future and stuff. And then that's when I see More Than Words in the corner. I was like, wow, I like the color of the store. Let me go in. So I go in, and they explained to me how More Than Words opened up in 2004 from Newton, Watertown, and then they moved here and stuff. So I got an application, and I talked to the manager saying that I'll definitely come back because I hear a lot of good things about More Than Words. So I'm really interested. And then that's why I really get to know More Than Words and working right now.
What a godsend.
Yeah.
Really, that was a good walk you took.
yeah.
That's great.
Where my daughter homeschooled her 3 daughters until the end of high school, and they went to community colleges, and very very accustomed to having people that are youth choose some of the things they want to learn and communicate it with each other, not just being dictated to,
Right.
but I'd really like to know more about nutrition. I think what we eat makes a lot of difference to our health. So my youngest grandchild is at Framingham State, beginning to major in that. I mean, it was her idea to do that.
Right.
And I don't think all of us like to just be told what to do with no input on our part.
Yeah.
So, and as an organization, what are you looking for to make it more even of what you want it to be?
We look for the other neat part of the program is that our entire inventory, all the books and CDs and DVDs in the store and in our online portion of the business, they're all donated. So we don't purchase anything from publishers or any book companies or wholesalers. Everything is donated to us. So that's sort of the easiest way for people to help the program. And then all the inventory that we get, we then either sell it either online or in the store, and the money we make off that goes back into the program. So without the donations from people, there is no program, because that's how we run. That's sort of our the lifeblood of the organization. And we do house pickups. We do book drives with churches and temples, with schools. We have containers out at various sites
And it
the
will be
communities.
here.
And and we
We're
actually
going to have it here and at the Belmont Senior Center, folks, as to where you can bring
right.
books.
So that's the easiest way. We also have a big metal collection container at the Bethel Temple Center on Concord Road, where it's just a big metal container where you can just drop your book or CD or DVD in the slot. And since we're a nonprofit, we give out tax deduction forms too. So it's something that you can deduct from your taxes. We are in a 501c3, like I said. So that's really the sort of the easiest way right there. Also, we're literally probably 10 minutes from here on Moody Street. It's a very nice cozy bookstore and cafe. To come in and shop is a great thing. And then also there are ways to get involved with the transition side of the program. I don't know if Ted mentioned this, but about once a month, the youth go on site visits to various companies or colleges, where they can see how a business is run, or how a college class is set up or something like that. So people can get involved through the transition side if you think that it would be a nice fit for some of our youth to come down and take a look at a business or a program or a college. There's that part of the business. There's that part of the of how to get involved.
I think a lot of your ideas would be of great interest to places that are schools that are teaching something where you can make a living with it. Like what's the name of the one that serves Belmont in many towns? Minuteman.
Thank you.
Minuteman Voc I mean, I would think vocational schools are excellent. I mean, I am a real convert to the idea of being able to learn something that you can begin earning a living at.
Right.
I mean, 4 years of liberal arts is lovely, but we used to joke amongst ourselves, those of us that went there, and said, it's great thoughts at the ironing board. You would have to go another 3 or 4 years somewhere else to actually learn specific skills.
Sure, real skills are, I think, even more important nowadays.
Learn to be a plumber, learn to be an electrician.
Right. And that's what some of the youth
and those can't be sent off to China to jobs.
Right, there are youth who transition on from our program who go on to technical school, or they get a certificate into a certificate program or something like that. So we don't look at it as a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
I mean, some do go to community college and then a 4-year college. There are others who go to a technical school or something like that. Just because there are a lot of different ways to sort of get to where you want to be, and that's why we try to. When we go on site visits, it's not always to say, a 4-year college or something like that. Maybe to where are some of the places
we'll go to Cordon Bleu. We'll go to Liberty Hotel.
To where?
Liberty Hotel.
Liberty Hotel?
That's what I heard, but what's that?
It's a hotel in Boston. I don't really know the location, but
it's towards Beacon Hill, like in that area right there. But that's just a site visit for more like employment.
It's what used to be the Charles Street Jail is now called the Liberty Hotel.
Oh,
yeah. But for example, Le Cordon Bleu is
it's like that Cordon Bleu in Frenchman, like that's what like the most famous cook. Or like
it's a cooking school,
they're really good at it.
Which some of our youth are interested in right there. So we go to a lot of different places, really. It's not just.
And that's what I really like about Modern Words, and I think most of the kids like, because like Modern Words, like it's like it motivates us. It's like something that we've been looking for. It's like when we go to site visit, like some of us take the initiative to go by ourselves sometimes, but us to having Modern Words give us a little push to go with them and give us the transportation to go with them. It's just like make us like, wow, if we can have the opportunity to go on a site visit and learn things and like to see what type of like people they're looking for to hire and stuff. So it's always a good thing for us just to be there and learn new things.
And it sort of breaks the ice. You get
Yeah.
to see what the environment
It gets
is
you,
like.
it gets you
Is
out
it
of
something that you would like also? Do you
Yeah.
think it would be fun to be here?
Right.
Yeah. How do people interact with you?
And there are also guest speakers who come into transitions and talk about things like financial literacy. Each month is a different
set of
subject,
goals.
really.
Yeah.
So
How to
it might be
balance a
financial
checkbook.
literacy.
That's great. That's really very interesting.
Do you have girls in the program too?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
mostly?
Yeah. It's males and females.
And what is the age range?
It's 16 to 21.
16 to
21 is
21.
21 is we don't have
We can't
many.
go.
Yeah.
Rat.
Yeah, it's mostly in the 17, 18, 19, but we do have some 16-year-olds and some youth who are a little bit older, 20, 21.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to bring this up at the next
yes,
meeting
yes,
and try to revisit
definitely.
some of the requirements.
Yeah.
And some of the youth who are a little bit older, if they're 20 or 21, they might come into the program. For example, we have a youth at the Boston site who is transitioning on already. He's only been in the program for 6 months, but because he's 21, we try to fast track him a little bit. And he got a job with Gentle Giant Moving, and he has his GED, and he's looking to get into college as well too. So with some of those youth, it's you try to speed them up just a little bit because they're a little bit older at that point. So there's some kids who can do it in about 6-7 months. Others take about 10, 11, 12. The average range is about 9 to 10 months for each youth.
Oh, I they're so lucky to have that as a resource. I mean,
I think it's
that's
great.
certainly
It's
better
very
than,
exciting.
than
Well, we think that, the biggest
I
thing is
mean,
just
you're a
having a
guidance
job.
counselor in a sense. You've got so many
Having a
roles,
job, I think,
Bob.
is a very important. It's a sort of a morale booster, a confidence booster for just for anyone really, especially someone who's 16, 17, 18 years old. Just having the responsibility of showing up, each morning, being given a say in the business and how it's run.
To be expected
To
somewhere.
be expected,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the thing too. You have to be there on time. Everyone's supposed to be there on time. We're a very data-driven organization, so the youth check out, their punctuality percentages, their professionalism percentages.
proper dress for the
Exactly. There's a
type of
dress
place
code,
you're going
yep.
to.
There's
It's
a dress code
it's
they
very
get to.
different at one place from
Yeah,
another.
as they go along, for example, I wouldn't have asked Ted to do this 3-4 months ago because he was relatively new and
Right.
I don't think he had the necessary experience to do something like this. But it's
No,
a
you're
good,
just
it's a
afraid
good
he's gonna
experience
take
for
over
Ted.
your
I think it's a
job.
good experience for myself, but for a youth who's 17, 18 years old, getting out there speaking to people about the program, I think it's very sort of empowering.
And that's what I really like, cause just like you said, 16 to 21, I think this is the age for you to experience things, and that you can when you see it in the future, it's nothing new unto you. It's wow, I've seen this before. This is deja vu. I can work on it. And for 16-year-old and 18, 19, those are kids in high school, and when you're in high school and stuff and you're working at Modern Words, you can tell that you're not only working for the job, but you're working on your education. It's not like Modern Word is expecting you to do things, but if you really want to work there, you have this motivation that wow, I like Modern Word and they help me, they give me that little push to make me work on my education, to have this good grade in class and all that. It's just you like it, you just wow, it was that smart, or Modern Words motivate me to go that far, and you just get ready for new things in the future, and it's always a good thing.
We're almost out of time. And I had one more question myself, and maybe you have one more, and then I have an announcement on something else. But this is a practical aspect. Where do the students live? I'm sure there's many different living arrangements, but where does the money come from to live? Do you have to live independently, find your food independently? Oh, no, you could eat.
Some of the kids are in group homes, and some of them are in foster care, which means that they're in foster care home and stuff. and some of them are like in independent living. They just like come to work and stuff, and then whether they are working to get into GED to work on their youth job or in their education. But yeah.
Do they ever get any help from the state or anything for like living expenses?
I think there's some. I'm not sure exactly. I don't. I'm more on the business side, so I'm not sure exactly the answer on that right there. But and I think I'm not sure this was mentioned. Each youth does get paid. It's a paid job too.
Yeah.
So they get paid twice a month, every other week, and they're expected to budget that money into their savings account and use it as they see fit. But yeah, they're, like Ted said, it's foster care homes, group homes. Some live independently, some live with mom or dad.
Yeah.
It's a sort of a varied range of living
Arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
For the last thing I would like to be sure of, I presume that on the screen they've been showing the name of your organization and how to reach you if they had questions. And we also I want to reinforce that as far as helping out by providing books, there will be a drop-off box here at the Media Center and at the Senior Center.
When?
When do the boxes get here? Next week. So start looking through your books and be ready to bring them down or to the Senior Center.
Spring cleaning time, folks.
And we also, in case some people have 10, 15, 20 boxes where they probably don't want to bring all that down, we do pickups 4 or 5 days a week. So if you
Who would they phone?
You can call us. You can visit our website. You can book a pickup through that.
What's your phone number?
It's 781.
Wait a minute. 781
788
788
0035.
0035. If we have any questions about the books or the program or anything, that would be it. And Bobby, you're sort of in charge there.
For the donation part of the business.
For the donations.
Yeah, for that part right there.
Okay. And as I say, we just have a minute left, and I had 2 announcements. I just wanted to tuck in if you'll all be just patient with that. But first of all, don't forget to vote. Okay? Monday.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
And the other thing is that's very important is that the Beach Street Center Fitness Center be open for business this coming week too. So for any seniors, which means 50 and over, Belmont residents, would like it to come to the most gorgeous, glamorous senior fitness center you ever saw. Come take a look at it, okay? And consider joining up. It's very reasonable, $35 for 3 months worth. It's pretty darn good.
Pretty good
That's
deal.
a very good deal. Right
Wouldn't
there.
you say?
Very good deal, and I've
Don't
been
you
there,
wish-
and I
don't
just
you wish
signed
you were
up
50?
just signed up 2 days ago. I'm very excited about it, and so forth. It's very good for conditioning for any of us. So that was it.
Bobby and Teddy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. We
Thank
really
you very
appreciate the
much.
time, and we hope that some people, will hear this right here and think of ways to get involved or potentially donating books.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Onwards.
what's going
Going
on?
on.